Hey, Highlanders, it's Chad with Highlander Assault. We are here live on Facebook and YouTube. I brought in a team today just to kind of go over all the stuff happening with Highlander Assault. A lot of new stuff, a lot of the same old stuff for 2023. So let me go ahead and introduce our crew here that's with us live today. Some of you already know our safety guy, Lloyd Howen. How you doing, Lloyd?
Pretty good, Ariel.
Very good. We'll go ahead and bring on a couple of great volunteers and newly married Sarah and Scott. How you guys doing?
Hey Highlanders, how you doing?
Good.
We're gonna call you guys the Highlanders instead of the Mandralas.
The honeymooners?
Yeah, right.
The honeymooners?
Yeah.
Honeymooners, right? All right, and everybody knows Irish Matt. We're changing your name. We've adopted him. He is now Highlander Matt. We're gonna refer to him as Highlander Matt. Nice background, man. I like that.
Thank you. I like that. Yeah.
We'll go ahead and bring in everybody who has ever raced at Highlander Assault's going to know the next person that does a lot of work for us and doesn't get all the credit. We'll go ahead and bring in our volunteer coordinator, Trish. How you doing, Trish?
Good. Hi, everyone.
Great to have you. And one of our racers, Danny O'Shea, is going to join us. Danny, where you coming from today, Danny?
From sunny Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
Oh wow! So you're enjoying the 3 days.
How about you, Danny?
Oh, sunblock on. Absolutely.
All right, folks. So what we're going to do today, we brought all these folks on so that we can all discuss Highlander Assault. We're going to go over the 2023 event that's upcoming in September. Guys, make sure your mics are down a little bit. Somebody may have theirs up a little high. So we'll go through the 2023. Yeah, we still got a little mic problem there. Maybe it's
mute
mine.
everybody.
All right. You guys can hear me good? All right. I turned mine down. Maybe it was just me. So we're going to go through the 2023 race. The 2023 race is our Highlander Assault, our big event, OCR World Championship event. We have categories including an 8-mile for open, a 4-mile for open, and then we have our King Arthur's Challenge. If you haven't heard of that, it's our 26.2 miles. Scott's wearing the shirt right there, 26.2 miles with 120 obstacles. It is competitive. It's a must complete. You have to complete every single obstacle to sit on the throne and claim your sword. Sword? What do you mean by sword? Well, at Highlander Assault, that's what we give out for our trophies. We don't believe in the plastic little running guy or an extra medal. We like to give you dangerous swords as gifts. So come on out, win your sword, win your medals. We'd love to have you out for the King Arthur's. 26.2 miles. We also have an elite heat, which is 8 miles, and that's approximately 34 obstacles. We'll get into some obstacles that are going to be new this year later here with Lloyd. Where can you register? Of course, register at HighlanderAssault.com. You're going to click the Join the Battle icon under the 2023 Highlander Assault race tab. It's right on the front page there for you. You can do that on your mobile app. You can do it online. The new layout for this year, we've had a lot of feedback, and some of that feedback includes some of the obstacles were getting a little too challenging for some of the newer people, to the point to where they're skipping them or they're not doing half the course. So what we're doing for some of the newer folks, we're going to move the fun stuff over to the 4-mile course. We'll still have some challenging obstacles on there. There'll be some rigs and things like that, but they're going to be a little bit less intense of the grips and things on those rigs. We're going to move all the really super challenging stuff on the back 4 miles so that we would have you run the 2 miles. You'll do your split. That'll give you the 4 miles for the back 8. And on those, you'll do your more challenging. So you'll start off with a little bit more fun, some challenging obstacles, but not impossible obstacles. And then we just kick your butt in the last or the middle 4. Then you join back the 2 miles of fun stuff to finish off the course. So that way we have a little bit of mix for everyone so that we don't have, buildups at obstacles with rigs and things that are a little more difficult for people. We feel that this is going to be a lot more fun, and it's going to be even better for the elite heats, as some of those people that struggle on those obstacles, there's going to be a little bit less out on the back eight, so you're going to be able to fly through those without having to worry about waiting. So that's a new format for 2023. What we are going to also do is we're going to add a few obstacles. I'll go ahead and have our safety director, Lloyd, go over some of those obstacles with us right now. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Hey, thanks, Chad. Yeah, so the team, we've been talking about how we can always make Highlander better. So, one of those things is always looking at obstacles, like you said. So, we're going to keep a lot of our favorites. Tilt to Kilt's not going anywhere. Everybody knows we've got water out on the course. So that's going to stay there too. But we got some new fun stuff. Let's see, just kind of running down my list here. So speaking of water, Loch Ness Triangle, I know some of you have a love-hate relationship with it. And I am the safety director, so I'll weave some of that in there as we're talking about obstacles. But for those of you that might be new to Highlander, we do have water out on the course. We like to keep it fun, but they call me the fun police sometimes. So we do have life jackets out there, and they are mandatory on the water obstacles. They're all different depths, but what's really cool is the water kind of changes out on the property just based off the nature of the property owner's business. So the deepest part, it's not as deep this year because, we all know in the Midwest, we haven't gotten a ton of rain up until just this last week. So the water levels are pretty low. So that's something we got to deal with when we're thinking of obstacles. So we're going to have a new entry point. Might not particularly be the kind of slide that you think of. I don't want to give too much away, but look for some new stuff out there in the Loch Ness Triangle. We're going to mix things up a little bit. There's an island out there. Maybe look for something new over that way and a new entry point into that real big lake for those of you that are used to coming out to Highlander. So going on to some new stuff that we're going to be putting out there. I think a lot of people like the longbow. Other races kind of have some skill events like that where you might throw a spear or something. We're not naming anybody, but we've got the longbow event. Everybody seems to like it. We've got it at Dark Ages and at Highlander. So don't worry, it's not going anywhere. That's one of the great things that people love about our race is that we have that in there. But we may be looking at throwing out something else out there that's going to challenge your military marksmanship skills, if you will. So we're going to have something else out there. Highlander Assault's kind of like a battle race. So just look towards things that might be like the longbow, where we're testing your marksmanship, so to speak. What else we got? We've got we got another twist on some of that weapon themed stuff. We've got Scotty's hammers out there. We've got the longbow, obviously, and some other things. So I don't know if you guys know your medieval type weapons, but there's a flail or a chain mace out there. So there might be an obstacle that's kind of based off of that type of weapons. Of course, we do things big at Highlander, so it's going to be challenging for you. There's a couple different things that we're going to add to that too. There's a little punishment out there, things like the guillotine. And then, as some of you might know, a lot of the guys here at Highlander are either veterans, former military, or they're currently, first responders, law enforcement, whatnot. So keeping with that theme, we were thinking of some stuff. We were shooting some ideas around, and we're going to have a new obstacle called No Man Left Behind. So that's going to be like some type of buddy carry. And don't worry if you don't bring a buddy to the race, we're going to give you one. So we're gonna have buddies for you on that obstacle, so don't you worry. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but hopefully it's got a little difficulty for you guys. I think I hit them all, Chad.
Is that a live person? The
No.
buddy that we're supplying?
We're gonna give you a not live buddy. I mean, we could probably find you a live person too, but that obstacle is going to be it's going to be like a buddy carrier, or think of like a fireman carry. That first responder. Military, No Man Left Behind. So it's going to be a kind of a play on that, almost a little bit longer obstacle, but it's going to be a little more difficult for you, a little challenging, but definitely doable. So it should be fun. I think it's going to be a great obstacle.
Very cool. Can't
Yeah.
wait. Can't wait
Yeah,
to start building those.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Little extra work this year, but I think we're gonna have some good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple new obstacles, different, changing up the water obstacles a little bit, some new ones completely, and then some new twists on some of our old stuff.
Very cool. Speaking of obstacles and Highlander Assault, Danny, what's your favorite part of doing Highlander Assault?
Probably help if I took myself off mute here. Obviously, since 2017, I've probably done 50, 60 some different events for OCR. And this one's got a nice balance of, like this year, I'm bringing 3 new people. 2 of them are my former soccer players that were playing in the competitive level. I got them on the idea because it's not as tough as some of the more popular, bigger series, but yet it's quite the challenge at the same time. And it's close to home for a lot of them here. They're within an hour or 2 drive of it. So I think some of the new course changes that we've been talking about will really help these people. You don't want to bring in new people and give them something they're going to fail at. You want to have that nice balance of achievement as well, and I think we accomplished that nicely. You can give them the new layout of the 4-mile course where it's, not quite as challenging as the 8 for the competitive, but still quite an accomplishment to get through. I think it hits that group of people you can bring with you for the first time and really open their eyes to everything. As regards to I love all the obstacles personally. Everything's a challenge. It's a little different, but it's probably the wall climb in the back. If I was to pick one, I love that because I love vertical climbs. But that's just my own crazy side coming out. I love the vertical wall that's in the woods. That one's brilliant. Nobody else has that in any series. I've done just about every series there is in the country, and nobody else has anything like that. It's pretty unique.
Very cool. And then Irish Matt, we know what your favorite obstacle is.
I'm just glad to get that done now. That was a difficult one. It takes it out.
For those
of you,
that don't know, that
whenever
was our
you've done it,
that was
so-
our tilt-a-kill, and you did that after the 26.2 miles on that day, didn't you?
Myself and Scott did that. You'll see him in the videos beside me there, and yeah, we did that. It was a very hot day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But that's, again, it's challenging, I mean, this course has got everything. If you want to give yourself 4 miles, 8 miles, 12 miles, or 26, there's something in there for everybody. And I felt I don't think I'll do it. I might do it again in the future, but I would encourage anybody to try it. I mean, it sounds difficult, 26, but you're out there, and if you're prepared well and you've got all your nutrition, and like Lloyd alluded to there's always water, and there's always stations that it's really not that difficult after a while. It's just all in the head. So that's probably one of my favorite obstacles.
The tilt-a-kilt is my favorite. Other than obstacles and favorite parts of the race, one thing that we sometimes forget to really focus on are the people that help bring this thing to life, and those are our sponsors. Without having the right sponsors that are partnering with us, that also includes other races like the locals, Abominable Snow Race, Frontline, OCR, Strong as Oak has the rec bag. Without that support and help, we wouldn't be who we are today. That being said, Lloyd, do we still accept sponsors for 2023?
We're always accepting sponsors, especially for 2023. Being the safety guy, I got to put my plug in for my guys over at our aid station. They've been with us since the beginning, our very first year, Northwest Rescue. They're a private ambulance company, and they don't have to come out to our race anymore. Their company's grown quite a bit, but the owner there is fantastic, and he's grown his business, and he loves us and we love him, and he loves the sport, and that's the one thing. They come out to the race, and I got to give a shout out to the OCR community for sure, because that's what keeps them coming to our race, is all of you guys out there that run our races. Every year they tell me how much they enjoy meeting racers and meeting the new racers and talking to everybody. Got the little guy climbing the stairs in the background. But yeah, so our I got to give a shout out to our ambulance company. They sponsor us with giving us basically a free aid station. You know, they've got a full ambulance there. Get you everything from scratches to, you know, hopefully nothing major, but they can take care of anything. You know, they're advanced life support and everything, all that good stuff. And you know, they just opened up another, or going to be opening up another substation down a lake in the hills. If you guys are familiar with that area, so
Very good. And you
Yeah.
know what? All that talk about sponsors is making me a little bit thirsty. I don't know about you, Scott. You a little thirsty? One thing I like to do when I'm thirsty is grab myself a cup of Berserker Brew coffee. If you guys
Nice.
haven't met Bland with Berserker Brew, you guys are missing
Great
out.
fella.
That guy is
Right.
amazing. He's a good guy, or as Matt would say, he's a great lad.
Great lad.
The coffee's phenomenal, folks. It's organic coffee. It's kosher coffee. It's OCR's coffee. So if you get a chance at the next race you're at, preferably Highlander Assault, get to that tent, sample the coffee, pick up a few bags. If you want to start in advance, go ahead and go to berserkerbrew.com, which I'm showing right here. You can order coffee. He's got teas and
Yep.
a lot of other things. I believe he even has soaps on there. But what you can do if you go online, you can subscribe and save 8% with the subscription. What that means is your orders will come every month. Whatever you want, it'll come, and it automatically takes the 8% off, and you're good to go. So Bland, we thank you for providing the best coffee on the planet at Highlander Assault and in my house. So thank you.
mine too.
It really is very good coffee.
Great
Yeah.
coffee, great guy.
Yeah.
Can't
Absolutely.
pound it enough.
All right. So what everybody's been waiting for on this live is probably wanting to know what this news is that we kept plugging. We're all really excited about it, but we're going to save that for the end. I'm just kidding. We'll go ahead and do it now. 2024 race. I saw a question in the chat here that says, what about Dark Ages? Well, we're getting to that. So 2024, Highlander Assault is going to host its Siege event. What that is it's one day, June 8th, that fits us right in the middle of Frontline and War-X. It's before Savage Race. It's after Tough Mudder. So we're right in that sweet spot between all of our other favorite races. We're going to create an obstacle race experience like no other. This is going to be all of Highlander Assault in one day in the spring. So what we plan on doing is the format's going to be our normal Highlander Assault. What we've done is, instead of spreading it out with the nice background there, Matt. That's race director Mike in the back there.
I couldn't be with us, but
Like
now he is.
having him here, it's crazy. All right,
That's
so
Michael.
anyway,
Dr. Michael.
what we did was we broke down the Highlander Assault. It used to be every 30 minutes we would have heat go off. Dark Ages we did every 15 minutes. A lot of races are doing 15, 10, 20 minutes. 30 minutes is way too long. So what we're going to do, we'll start with King Arthur's. We'll start with the Elite Heat. We're going to go right into 15-minute heats. That's going to go to approximately 1:30. It still fits all of our heats in. At that point, we have a hour shutdown of the course, and we are bringing in a new event in the middle of this. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But after this middle event, we're going to have an entertainment period of about 2 hours. We'll talk about that in a second. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. There will be Dark Ages the same day. So you can run Highlander in the morning. You get a nice break in the middle. You can sign up for Dark Ages. We're going to promote the camping. We're going to have food, entertainment. It's going to be a blast. It's an all-day
That's awesome.
obstacle race blowout. So let's go back to that middle event. What's going to happen is we're going to have Highlander Assault. Then our race director at the time, Mike, will be bringing a crew out. We're going to modify 2 miles of the 4-mile section so that we can have the kids join their parents. I'm going to let Sarah and Scott talk a little bit more about that, since they brought that to our attention, that they've gotten a lot of feedback and thought it'd be a great idea. So Sarah and Scott, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this event?
Yeah, the whole idea, and one of the big things I pull out of OCR is that it's very family oriented. That's, could be your actual family. It can be the camaraderie with the people that you meet there. But, it's really kind of getting through some of this stuff together. And we have kids that we take. Some come run the main race with us. Some do the kids course. So we thought it would be amazing if there was some type of form or way that we could actually all do this together as a family, complete it together, our own little clan, running through and conquering all these obstacles. So we came up with this idea of having this family race in the middle. You get push yourself. If you're competitive, you can push yourself in the Highlander race in the morning, take a little break, do something with the family, especially the little kids. We want to make sure we're catering to everybody, because Highlander is for everybody. It's a good time, a challenge for everyone, no matter what level that you're at.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think it's been sort of a void, and based on feedback we've gotten from people that we've met around the Midwest, is that you have kids that are maybe old enough to do the main race, but then the little ones can't join in, and so they feel like the family has to split apart. So this really satisfies both worlds, and it's great for the kids to be with their parents, have a unique, memorable experience, but also allows the parents to be involved, to teach them, coach them, encourage them. Where some kids are like, oh, I can't do this. I don't think I could do this. Well, yeah, you got your parents there with you. You're motivated. And, kids really are the future of OCR. And we would love to have more of an impact on that group and bring them up in this sport to really love it and enjoy it the way that we do.
So yeah, so I think we're still kind of tweaking the name on that. I think right now, I believe it's titled something along the line of Clan Wars or something like that. Trying to stick with the Scottish thing, guys, but it's our family event. It kind of takes place of the Scotty McFitness Challenge. Don't worry. The team has already told me Scotty's got to be out there knighting everybody before they go on the course. So he'll be out there with the sword, announcing everyone as knights and ladies, and they're all going to be knighted right before the race. So don't worry about that. There's 3 heats of that. So we should be able to accommodate a large group in those 3 heats. What's going to happen after that? So before I go on to that race, Highlander Assault, and Dark Ages, we consider those 3 different events. You will get a medal and t-shirt for each event, because there may be some families that just come out to do the family event, or someone that just does Dark Ages. We're tweaking the idea of maybe having, if an elite racer runs an elite heat in the morning and the night, maybe we'll do a time champion where we do Highlander Siege champion. We take the best times combined. So whatever your time was, daytime and nighttime, put them together. Whoever has the lowest time is the winner. We're kind of working stuff like that. But
so you're saying, Chad, so people can, like our elites and stuff, that
yes,
maybe they come out and run Highlander, but they don't want to run Dark Ages. They could still win, podium in Highlander. And those that only come out for Dark Ages could only podium in Dark Ages. But if they run the whole thing together, we're going to have like that Siege champion. So it'll be like your best time is what you're saying, right? If you run
yes,
both.
absolutely. I think we'll have to come up with a special prize for that. So we're tweaking it. We'll keep you guys updated. We're going to do more lives so that we can keep you apprised on all the new ideas that we're coming up with. So after we do that Highlander Assault event, then we take the break, then we do the family event. We're going to go straight into another break. And that break is going to be our entertainment break. It kind of gives everybody a little time, a breather between Highlander. All those racers can rest. If you want to set up camp that day, you can bring your tents, hang out there. We're going to have camping overnight. That's all going to be part of the registration that you can add on. But what we'll do is we'll have some entertainment in the middle. I'll let Irish Matt kind of tell us a little bit about what he's got planned for that.
Yeah, Olivia and I are fortunate enough to be a part of the Chicago Highlanders. I don't know if you can see it there, but they're a pipe band that have been going around since 1921. So they're based out of Chicago suburbs. Anyway, these
So
guys.
that by pipes you mean bagpipes and drums, right?
Correct. Yes, bagpipes and drums. So I've reached out to them, and all we need is the thumbs up, and we're good to go. So we'll have entertainment there for the family. Um, you know, this is the Chicago Highlander. Sorry, this is the Highlander Assault. So the Chicago Highlanders, it almost seems inevitable that they would join together. And it's just a nice marriage of the two. So we're looking forward to having those guys there. And if pipes and drums are not your thing, or maybe after a little while,
They will be afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're always looking for new people. Let me tell you that. But after that, we do have Battle of the Bands that we've been talking about. So if anybody out there is an up and coming band or wants to make a name for themselves or figures they'd like to put themselves out there, we're all about local. We like to bring in local talent. We like to have families and everybody together, and this just falls in nicely. So if you're interested in that, send us a message. We have a nice stage there. We have a nice setup, and the entertainment is almost just as important, I think, as the event itself. Out and running. So a lot of the times people come and they're hanging around, and what do we do? Or we'll dip out. We want this to be a family event where you remember it. You spend time. You have a good day. You look forward to the next time. So the music, it's going to be varied. It's going to be nice. And again, if anybody's ever interested in playing bagpipes or even learning, there'll be a tent there for the guys, and they're very approachable, lovely people. And just give us some ideas. Again, if you know any bands, or if you're in a band, or you want to start a band.
Now, Matt, I think we were talking about like challenges during that time too. Having some contests. Is that true?
Correct. I'm glad you brought me on to that. So being the Highlander Assault, we have a theme here, and this is our corner, this is our niche. We're going to have some entertainment with regards to caber tosses. I'm thinking of the Highland Games, so we'll have tug of war, we'll have caber toss, we'll have hammer throw, shot put, that type of thing, and that'll be for all ages, and it's going to be a nice time. Even when we're having fun, we like to be competitive, and we have quite a few games. Bring your kilts, by all means. If you want to know where to buy kilts, there's some wonderful sites out there. Sport Kilt comes to mind. Again, reach out to us. We can inform you about all that. We do have a team as well, which I'm not sure if Chad wants to get into at the moment, but by all means, reach out to us regarding the team. We can get you hooked up with some kilts. But the entertainment, we'll have a lot of music. There'll be a lot of food vendors there, and the games themselves will be a lot of fun. It's always went down well, and we're progressing. We're trying to look for new things, and we're trying to expand, and we're trying to bring something for this community that deserves it. Everybody's been through a tough time in the last couple of years, and we're coming out on the right side of it now, and we're here just to have a good time, and we're going to do that.
Kind of like when we have the fire at the end.
Correct.
Big bonfire.
Big bonfire.
For those of you that are camping, we always hang out and have a fire, and like Scott and Sarah were talking about, we tend to be family oriented. Almost all of us have kids. I know all of us have had our kids there together, and I mean, not to get too much in the family thing, sitting around the campfire having s'mores after the race, right? So any of you guys, our normal races, I know some of our race team that falls under Matt there, they've hung out afterwards, and it's just a really good time.
But Lloyd, as well as I do, those are the memories that you remember. That good clean time that you spent with people, and that's what we want to bring. We want to test ourselves. We want to go and train for these events and take these obstacles on. But at the same time, you really want to have memories, and I think having your family around, being support or being involved.
Yeah, and that OCR community too.
That's key. You're right.
Sorry, guys. Everybody just came home. So, all good stuff. We're at the entertainment. After the entertainment, we'll kick off unlimited laps with Dark Ages. I know it's going to be tough for you guys that are King Arthur's Challenge. I know that's a lot to ask. We had to give a little bit of a sacrifice there, but there's plenty of time in the middle for you hardcore people, or maybe some other people that want to test out the unlimited lap. But in fairness, we couldn't do that to you guys. We know you guys love both, so we're going to keep both of those on there. Now, registration. The registration for the event is now. I just turned it on. It's online. Go to Highlander Assault. You'll see Highlander Assault 2023, and right next to it, you'll see Siege Highlander Assault 2024. You'll click on that. When you get to the registration page, each thing is categorized this year by mileage. So you'll see 4 mile for Highlander Assault. Then you will see 8 miles for Highlander Assault. Then you'll see the family race. You'll see the elite heats all separated. And then it goes into Dark Ages. Dark Ages is all one. It's all the same distance. The only other thing would be the unlimited laps and the elite. But those are all listed in the same one. You can select as many as you want. And going back to the family thing, we're keeping the prices really low on that. We encourage the families to bring the kids out and run. So that's going to be very, very inexpensive for you to get the kids a little taste of mud runs and obstacle races. And then as far as awards go, we had discussed that already. Medals for Highlander Assault, T-shirts for Highlander Assault, medals, T-shirts for the family race, medals, T-shirts for Dark Ages, and we're going to work up a plan to have I just got a message on here that says, is there a minimum age for kids? With this new family event, because you're running it with them, there is no age limit. As far as our regular course, it's 11 years old, which is actually one of the lowest in OCR. But the 11-year-old up to about 15 should we encourage run with the parent. So sorry to get off course there. I just thought that was a very important question from Rich. Thank you, Rich. But again, the awards, everybody gets them. We're working on something as far as maybe the elites, maybe if someone does, I mean, we should buy a house for anybody that does the unlimited laps and the King Arthurs and finishes them both with all the obstacles, to be honest with you. So maybe we'll come up with something for those people that finish both. But yeah, we're excited about that. That being said, so we have that event. Talks have been ongoing about, well, we always have 2 events. We love the obstacle races, but there's a lot of other things that are becoming popular in the last year. I know my wife just joined a hiking club up in Wisconsin. She goes every weekend to hike. So that being said, some of the discussion, Matt had some ideas that were floating around for the fall. So Matt, what kind of ideas did you have maybe for the second event?
Are you talking about the hike there, Chad?
Yes.
Yeah, Danny maybe will speak to this as well, but him and I did that Mammoth March, not to plug any other events, but there you go. And it was a 10, 20, and 30-mile hike. We got a lot of ground there, and I'd be very interested in seeing what people's thoughts were with a good trail run or a good hike. We could do 10, 20 miles, maybe even a 15. Again, there's a lot of family involvement. That's what struck me. And I know Danny will speak to that too. There was a mother and daughter, actually wonderful people that we ended up walking about 9 or 10 miles with. And she hadn't seen her daughter in about maybe a year. And they had planned this. So they got together and they walked, and unfortunately we ruined the walk for them, but there you go. What I'm trying to get at is, like, a lot of people are turned off by obstacles. And I was only talking to a lady tonight, and she was interested when I brought this up. And sometimes when you see obstacles, you see all these ripped people there, like Chad and Lloyd and Danny and Trish and Scott and Sarah, all these muscle bound people. You're a bit intimidated. So again, we're looking at the family oriented ideas and activities. So if that's something you guys are interested, let's do it. We'll have a good hike. I know it's something.
Matt,
Yeah.
Chris Chris in the chat, he said that he suggests that we do almost like a ruck hike. Maybe we do that as almost like a competitive deal, and then we have a regular hike with it. Something along those
I
lines.
was going to say you could do both together. That's Chris has got a great idea there because
I like
the
that.
Mammoth gave us two choices to give us a 20 mile or a 30 mile, and we could definitely do a 10 or a 20 here just to see how people feel because the 30 it's wicked challenging, but you could easily incorporate that, and there's no obstacles, so then it's kind of open for everybody at that point,
Yeah, and we can consider doing ruck carry maybe as like the elite option for it.
Absolutely.
So there's a couple of ways that we can go. So
They get a bit of everything.
Yes, send in your ideas.
Yeah, and our options are open, folks. We're still looking into it. We will have something. It was even brought maybe even a haunted trail run at Halloween time just for the family for fun. So
That'd be brilliant.
And I gotta say,
we're
for
looking
Highlander,
into it.
you guys send us. We listen to our racers too. So,
Correct.
like Scott and Sarah were saying, we're always talking to people, and if guys mention something, ladies mention it to us, even if we see them at other races, we're like, oh man, what would be cool at Highlanders if you guys did whatever. I'm sure some of you that have been with us for years now know that if it's a good idea and we talk about it, it doesn't have to come from per se the Highlander team. We like to listen to the community too, and if there's something cool that you guys want and you think it'd be good value for OCR in general, but to Highlander, we're always open to new ideas and throwing something in the mix with it too. I'm not a rocket scientist by any stretch of the imagination, so I need all the help I can get as it is.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, the Highlander hike, that's what we're going for, and we can do a ruck carry. We have our friends at Operation Enduring Warrior too that do a lot of rucks, and they had brought it to our attention as well. Giving back to our wounded veterans, and this is something again that we're looking into. So
yeah, we've typically donated to TLS.
Said, we're definitely open to suggestions. That's for sure. But we want to continue to bring people together, not just once a year, but throughout the year. It's almost like some of the times these people have events, they get you in, forget about you. I think we like to keep that going throughout the year. So that's where I'm at.
All right, you're muted, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
You're
Still muted.
Oh, there you go.
how about now?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
better.
Oh, that's a lot
I
better.
don't know if it's better, but we can
I,
hear
I was making fun of you anyway, Lloyd. So it's probably better that it was muted.
We'll call each other later.
Right. Yeah. So that's the plan, folks. We're real excited about this one event day. I mean, you guys got to picture this blowout event with music, food, all these different races, new obstacles. It's going to be awesome. I don't know if any of you guys did War-X. It's going to be kind of like a War-X where it's throughout the day. But we're going to bring more entertainment. We're going to have the food. It's going to be amazing. So spread the word. Get on, start registering. You can register now. It's a lot cheaper if you register early, as we do have scheduled price increases. So the faster you register, the cheaper it is.
We are just outside of Chicago, and that is kind of the Chicago way. Vote early, vote often. So I say register early, register often. For
Yes,
all
I
you guys
like
out
that
there.
idea.
There you go.
And if you want to get your name out there and you want to sponsor something, and you want to become a sponsor, reach out to us too. That's it's important to get your name out there and highlight whatever you're trying to market in whatever world you're in. So reach out to us. We're always open. And
along the alternative race promotion, there's a couple other races coming up. ASR Abominable Snow Race, or I forget what they're calling it, Abominable Sports or Abominable Events. So what they're doing is they're going to have a trail run coming up soon. Check them out online. Go to their website. They have a cool place.
Lake Geneva.
Yep, the zip line.
It's a trail race
Awesome
in
trails.
November
Get
in
out
Lake
there. There's doing
Geneva.
something here soon too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so get out there and do those things. Help support locals. You'll see them at our event. You can talk to them about it there. We love this stuff. We love having you guys. It's going to be great. With that being said, I'm going to do a little round robin here, and then we'll go back through the comments, see if we missed any questions, and then we'll be out of here. So we'll go ahead and start with Lloyd. Lloyd, you got anything?
No, you know what? I saw that Highlander Mike's on here. He couldn't be here because he's working a real job. Chad and I are off, thankfully. But he said costume contest. So, I mean, maybe that's something to think about. Best kilt, or, you know, I dare I say it,
Maybe.
nicest kilt legs or something. I could win the hairiest leg event, but that's for another day. But yeah,
Team with the most kilts, maybe.
oh yeah, that, you know, Chad, that we didn't talk about that either, but I don't have it handy. Maybe you do. You know, we do have our biggest team challenge. You know,
Yep.
so typically it's gyms. Sometimes it's but you know, sometimes it's companies. We're starting to see that out there too. I know Scott can attest to that. A lot of companies or corporate, you know, events are doing their team building around the OCR community. So, you know, if you work at a company, you think this would be a great team building event, you know, we'd love to have you sign up, create a team, you know, sign up under that. We give the largest team kind of its own space and try to recognize you guys, you know, on our promotions and whatnot too, and do a little something special
as well.
Yeah, for sure. So
what you guys can do, that's a good point, Lloyd. Go ahead and email me, chad@highlanderassault.com, chad@highlanderassault.com. If you have a corporation company or you think this might be a great team building exercise, go ahead and reach out to me. I'll send you all kinds of flyers and information, stuff for you to send out at work, stuff for you to post, those kind of things, help you out to promote it so that you can get your team out there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kilts, Frank had a question on there about a kilt vendor or somewhere that can pre-order kilts. You know, definitely reach out to us. I think everybody here has multiple kilts. I know I do. Just kind of being in the first responder, law enforcement world. 511's got their kilts out there. They're made out of that BDU type fabric. Sport kilts, you know, all that stuff. I'm not trying to plug one over the other. They don't sponsor us or anything like that. But if you know somebody that sells kilts and they want to be a vendor at our event, we welcome outside vendors. Am I right, Chad?
Yeah, and Frank, just to that point, the one issue with kilts are kind of like pants. A good kilt, you have to have it fitted. You know, if you get something that's just a bunch of elastic, it's not going to last long. So it's hard to get like a real kilt company to commit, or for us to actually pre-order. That would cost. We go bankrupt pre-ordering things.
Your traditional kilts, you know, they could be a little pricey. But if you're, you know, like Frank, if you're looking for one to race with, you know, Sport Kilts is a good brand. I'm not trying to plug them or anything. And I know myself and Mike, we wear the 511 kilts. Trish, you've got a couple different types of kilts. I know. I think Danny, you got kilts, and I know definitely Matt has some, and I think you guys do too, right, Scott and Sarah?
Yeah, we got the 511.
Yeah. I'm partial to the 511 ones. They dry quick, but
the 511s are good for drying. For a little bit of a size variation, the Sport Kilts are a little better just because they have that Velcro closure. So
yeah, they got some elastic waist ones too. Yeah.
You ate one or too many hot dogs at the last race, you can kind of loosen it up a little bit easier. So
I always eat one or too many hot dogs.
And you can add pockets to your sport kilts.
True.
Yeah, they're customizable online. I'll reach out to them. They gave us a discount last year. I'm going to see maybe if I can get us a discount again. We'll put that out online for you.
Throw
folks.
it out there. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Plenty of time to get a kilt before Highlander this year.
Right.
All right, let's go to Sarah and Scott. Do you guys have anything that you want to include?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, I'm real excited about, you know, not only this year but next year. Real big emphasis on the community, on family, on local, and just, you know, making OCR, you know, a memorable event, like Matt said. You know, we want this to just be a rock and blowout type event that everybody can enjoy, no matter whether you're doing all three races or just one of them. There's something for everybody at this race.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I would just add on to that. I want to address one of the misconceptions that comes up when it's OCR racing. People think, oh, I have to be like really physically fit. I have to complete every obstacle. No, you don't. You can do, as long as you're challenging yourself, you could do it at your pace, do the obstacles you feel you can do. Literally everybody can challenge themselves in some capacity during any of these races, and still have a sense of pride and satisfaction when you cross that finish line. It's so much fun. There's nothing like the OCR community. It's a family, no judgment. I have never heard one negative comment against anyone out on that field. And it doesn't matter if you're an elite racer or someone who's like, hey, I'm really not in good shape and I'm trying to lose weight and challenge myself. We see those people too, and they love it. So don't be afraid to try it. Grab a friend, bring a group of friends, bring coworkers, whatever it may be. You'll have a blast, I promise.
Agreed.
All true. Thank you guys. Danny, any last words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. You hit on something earlier. You know, I'm over here in Pleasant Prairie, which is like just south of Kenosha. So I'm only 45 minutes from the event. It's really a great location in between Illinois, Wisconsin. The big three OCR people they get, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people per event, and it's overwhelming. I've been in all of them. It's massively overwhelming. This is not that. We'd like to have this number eventually, but right now we don't. This is a brilliant event to bring new people to, bring the rest of the family members to. It's small, it's local, it's quite challenging. There's a bit of everything, and it's a very family atmosphere, a great group of people who would do anything for you, help you with anything. So just come out and give it a shot.
I agree. Trish,
Hi.
got any words of wisdom or any
Oh,
volunteer?
I have a couple. Yes. I want to let everyone know that the volunteer portal is open to work some days during the guild and during the race, and then after the race for cleanup. And if you volunteer, you'll get a free race. Ah. And we had a comment about how many food trucks at the event. I'm looking to have 3. And have them, if possible, rotate throughout the day. So there will always be one there and that's for 2024. For this year, I'm looking for 1, and I'm still looking.
There's always coffee.
Yeah, we always have
There will be
coffee.
So if anybody knows any good food trucks, let us know.
Who are available on September 9th. Let me know, please.
All right. To Highlander Matt. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm going to focus on Team Highlander. This is a new idea that we've kind of toyed with. It's come to fruition. We have a lot of wonderful people involved. I mean, I think Sarah talked about it too. People sometimes get intimidated, or they don't want to show up, or they think these obstacles are difficult. That might be the case. You might think that, but come join our team. And I'm telling you now, you'll have a family within a family. We have a bit of fun and a bit of a laugh and joke. We have our own little team page, and we're always looking for new people. You can be from whatever, 1 year old right up to 100 or whatever, and everybody's welcome. And reach out to me, shoot chat a message. We travel around the country. We've been to Missouri, we've been down to Ohio, we've up to Wisconsin. We wear our gear. We get our name out there, and there's a lot of fun prizes that you can win, and free races and all kinds of things. And again, some people like to do it like a lone wolf and go and do these races, and that's fine. Other people like a bit of a crowd, and that's fine too. And we've got and the thing that I like about the most is there's such an eclectic mix of people. You've got all walks of life, and everybody just encouraging each other, and there's all fitness levels, and some of the guys will run off together and some of them will go on their own. It doesn't matter. We're still a team at the end of the day. We'll always have a team tent, and it's just a really, I mean, I'm glad we started it, because why wouldn't we? I mean, this is a big event. This is a great bunch of people, and we want to get our name out there and let people see how great this is too, and why can't we have our own team? And we did it, and we're doing things. So you want to join us, and you want to join something that's going places and doing well, come see us. We're here.
Yeah.
We got great
Absolutely.
captainship.
Well said. It's a good group of people. Pretty
Awesome.
good.
With that being said, I'm just going to go through some of the comments here real quick. Hang on. My dog's got to let me know about it first. All right. So Colin Painter. Does anybody know who Colin is? Anybody ever
He's
heard
a
of
bit of a
Colin?
legend, that boy.
That's my
He
brother.
is. He
Never heard
is.
of
He's a bit of a legend,
I
that
think
fella.
I think I might know that guy.
Colin's a beast.
He's going places.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Now he has a great comment. Good to hear from you, Colin. Hope to see you soon. Spectator pass this time around. So we'll get with Highlander Mike. Hopefully he's still listening in. Let's create some kind of a map for the spectators that they can maybe pull up on their phone, where we can show them where they can walk as far as seeing certain sets of obstacles. I know that's easily doable, at least for the 4-mile course. So we'll have to see how we can do that to try to get most of the obstacles in. So great stuff, Colin. Thank you so much.
Good idea.
Let's see. Anything else? James loves the water features where the 8 and the 4-mile meet. We do too. They'll be back. OCR is truly family. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said 24-hour format. Guys, it's hard enough to do what we're doing now. 24 kill us. maybe if we get
Maybe in
big
a
enough
couple
to
of
where we
years,
have
yeah, we could do it. We could
volunteers.
pull it off.
I think
feel
Frank should volunteer to stay up for 24 to help us do that.
Mm-hmm.
Chris,
Good challenge.
King Arthur's is probably not going to start earlier. Sorry, it just doesn't fit in our time frame for the new one. We'll take another look at it, but I don't want to promise anything with that one.
It's usually a little light out when they start for Dark
Yeah.
Ages, though. So
Yeah. So, and then Frank has also asked selling tickets at 2023 event. I'm assuming he means for 2024, but I think I answered that. It's online now. If you go ahead and check out the website, it's on there.
we'll definitely register you for 2024 when you come out in September. So.
Yeah, we can help you with that. Colin had another idea. He likes our race team, how we always do the war paint at the races. Maybe
Yeah, I
have
saw
a
that
tent
comment.
where people do war paint for the racers. I like that. That's a fun little extra. Maybe we will do that. It's a great idea.
Maybe we have a war face contest.
We answered minimum
best
age
And that was
for
our mini
kids.
Highlanders that come up with that one. Alison and Olivia. I think they brought that up and it's gone down well. So the kids, and again, I think Sarah brought it up earlier. We've got to listen to the youth. You know what I mean? They're the future. So that's a good one. I like that, Colin.
Some suggestions was they like the spooky Highlander thing, so maybe a Halloween trail run. And someone brought up the Abominable Trail Run. Yes, we did promote that. Can't even talk anymore. Abominable is a great event. They always put on great events, good people. So make sure you check that out. Kilt booth, we can't do that unless we get a kilt vendor. Hey, anybody going to the Renaissance Fair anytime soon? They got a kilt vendor up there.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
I might know somebody up there. Maybe we'll see. See what I can do.
I still think we should add live action role playing. Little LARP. I'm just kidding.
Put those Highlander swords to use.
All right, folks. So what we'll do is we'll just wrap it up real quick again. Highlander Assault 2023 is coming up fast. Those morning heats are filling fast. So if you like to run in the morning, get signed up immediately. HighlanderAssault.com. Click on the 2023 icon, join the battle. You'll get that. 2024. That's going to be our big blowout event. Highlander Assault Siege. You get 3 races in one. Come out and do Highlander Assault in the morning. Do our family event in the afternoon. Dark Ages at night. Camping. After that. Bonfires. Maybe we'll do s'mores. I don't know. We're going to have a blast either way.
Camping is
live
primitive.
Entertainment, food. It's going to be amazing. And then look for us to possibly announce something soon or, by the end of the year as far as another event for 2024. That being said, anybody else? Last chance.
Camping is primitive.
Yeah, you won't get electricity or water hookups or anything like that.
High fives and handshakes. Bring your own coffee. Just kidding. We'll have coffee.
Exactly.
I have one aspect.
Yes.
So I would love to hear. I mean, I know a couple people on this chat already that have OCR has really changed them, even in the last year, physically, mentally, just has had a huge impact on their lives. And we would love to hear if any of you have stories of how OCR has made an impact on you in a very positive way. We would love to hear those stories and perhaps get your permission to share.
That being said, actually, what I'd like to do is I want to do a Highlander live, maybe every other week. Where, I mean, even if it's just myself and Matt, or me and Scott and Sarah, or a group of us, it doesn't have to be all of us. But I'd like to do this where we're updating, and then maybe we bring on some of those people that give their story. We can invite them on, and they can be on live as well. So
interview them a little bit. Maybe we talk to some of our race team. I know we've got some people on our team there with Matt that have some pretty wonderful stories too. And,
absolutely.
branch out
Ryan,
from there. Yeah.
Ryan at the moment, Ninja Warrior champion.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we can definitely do that. Maybe even bring on a kid with their parent that's run the kids course. We'll do all those kinds of things. We're going to be more available to you folks for questions, information. We're gonna be doing these lives, Facebook, YouTube. Eventually, it'll be on Twitter. You can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram anytime with any questions. Or if you think you have a good story and you want to be on one of the lives, just reach out to us. We'll put you on here. We don't have any problem with that. Maybe we'll bring some of our volunteers like Josh the Juice on, to talk about his experience with Highlander and some of the other races. So we're looking forward to doing more of these. We'll keep you up to date. We'll post when these are going to be listed. But go ahead, check out our website. Sign up now for 2023. Sign up now for 2024 and save even more money by signing up now. And we will see you all in September. And our next live should be in about 2 weeks. Thank you all. Thank you, Lloyd, Sarah, Scott, Danny. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Trish, thank you. Matt, we'll talk soon. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, everyone.
Adios.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys,
Guys.
be safe.